is it's summertime, and during the summer, it gets very hot. Okay, not you. It gets really hot, and I need to have my air conditioning on, and my air conditioner is not, I don't have central air. I have like a wall unit, like a wall unit. It looks like it's a window unit, but it's built into the wall, which is kind of weird, but it's very loud, so having that on in the background, not very conducive to making any sort of ASMR content. So yeah, it's hard to record because it's hard to find days where I can have it off, and this summer has been really, really hot. And especially I'm on the third floor of I'm on the top floor, and I'm in a loft, so all of the hot air basically just compiles up to the top, to where I'm at. So it gets very, very hot up here. So I kind of have to have the AC running 24/7. So it's really, really hard to find, any sort of availability for recording. And then also, I've been super busy, not with work, but with other stuff. And then lastly, I have been obsessed with Final Fantasy XIV, which is the game that I'm playing right now. And I have been playing so much over the past month and a half, month-ish. So it's just been it's been a lot. I've been doing a lot of gaming, and just haven't found good time for recording. But today it's actually still kind of hot up here because I would have like a personal, just like a regular fan going on me because it's a little hot up here. But it was like, it was like 60 to 70 degrees. And it's always about 10 degrees hotter up here. So if it's like 90 out there, it's usually like, it could be 100 up here. But with my AC, obviously that doesn't happen. But with it being 60 and 70 out there, it's like 70, 80 up here, without my AC on, as you can probably hear. I have my window and my door open, so you might be hearing crickets and stuff outside. Hopefully you find like ambient noise of nature soothing, if you can hear it. If you can't, I'm sorry. I have to try to keep it cool around here somehow. And I am currently trying to find a trader with whom I can purchase. Maybe not Amigo. Where's the... I swear to God, it's in Garabania. It wouldn't be here. I'm trying to find somebody I can buy level 70 gear from. Oh, crap. Where to buy level gear 14. Rogger's Reach with tomestones. I don't know. I don't want to spend tomestones on this gear. Magic weapons, poetics. Okay, maybe Kugane. Let's check Kugane. Maybe there's a trader in Kugane where I can buy level 70 gear. Basically, there is level 70 gear that you can get with these, which are called Allegan Tomestones, or Allegan Tomestone of Poetics. You can exchange these for gear. The problem is, like, So there's a role called tanking, or being a tank, and they use one kind of gear. There's healing, or being a healer. They use another kind of gear. And then there's DPS, which there are a lot of different types of gear for DPS. So for like magical ranged DPS, it's casting. For physical DPS, it's either maiming or striking. For ranged DPS, it's aiming, and that might be it. It might just be those 4 distinctions. So the issue I'm running into is I have all of the gear for tank, because tanks share all the same gear. I have all the gear for, or this specific gear, which tends to be the best gear up to that expansion. So I have the best gear I can get up to the expansion I'm in for tanks, and I have all of the ones leading up to it. As I leveled up, I bought that gear. So I have everything I need for tanks, I have everything I need for healers. And then for DPS, I think the only set that I have is maiming, because I have Dragoon and Reaper both use maiming. And then I am starting to level this guy who's a summoner. He's a magical ranged DPS, so he uses the gear of casting. So I don't have any gear for him. And I don't want to spend poetics on the low level gear if I can just buy the highest level gear at the furthest expansion I'm at for him. So what I'm doing is currently going around and using Gil, which is just kind of like the base currency, it's just kind of like money. It's not like a special currency used to buy this specific gear. But I can buy like not as good gear, but at least it'll be of relatively my level. And I'll just pay, like, it'll be really cheap to buy with Gil, so I'll just buy it with Gil. And then when I get him to the highest expansion that I'm at so far, I can just buy what I need with him with the poetics, which really aren't that hard to come by if you do your dailies every day. Dailies, basically there are, every single day, you can do, I think there's more, but every single day you can do each one of these things, which is a different kind of, it's either a dungeon, a raid, a different kind of raid. So like a dungeon, there's 2 that are dungeons. One is like a boss fight, one is like a replaying a quest from the main scenario, or like the main quest line. And then these last 2 are raids. One is like a big team, like, what is it, like 24 people raid, 24 member raid, and then this one's like a smaller, like 8 person raid. These are all like really kind of quick, and the alliance raid can be a bit longer. And it'll obviously have a lot more like mechanics that you have to be aware of. Anyway, but right now let's focus on where the heck are okay, trader. A lot of traders over here. Where's that? Kogane Dori markets. Kogane Dori markets. Alright, so let's see, what are we looking for? Independent jeweler, arms dealer. I mean, I guess I could buy. So I want level 70. And I want Arcanist and Summoner. Arcanist and Summoner. It should look like a book. I'm trying to just look for the symbol. Well, there's Summoner, or there's Scholar. I'm looking for, no, not Arcanist and Summoner. I'm looking for Scholar and Arcanist. Arcanist is what Summoners use. It's kind of confusing. I don't know why they did it that way. Arcanist. Dancer. I'm trying to remember what the Arcanist symbol even looks like. There it is. Grimoire. Oh, and okay, so it's Codex. That's something I was wondering. So scholars use something called a Codex. They both use, their weapon is a book. Classic nerds. But scholars use a Codex, where Arcanists use a Grimoire. I hope I'm saying that right. So we will just equip that. weapons now. I want armor right next to him. LOL. Okay, discipline of magic, level 70. Arcanist. Okay, so I need to buy all this stuff. No, I don't. I just need to buy of casting because my healer, my scholar is a healer, and I already have the healer gear. So I just need the of casting stuff. Of casting. 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 Cool. Okay. So now, let's go back to my summoner. Recommended gear. Equip. I hate that hat, so we're not going to display that. That looks actually pretty cool, though. It's actually pretty sick. Yeah, okay. So, now, I'm going to turn this guy's book into what I want it to look like. Although, honestly, with this gear, maybe I could find something better, but, yeah, so while I do this, I can go over kind of all my classes. I have two other classes. I have Dancer and Machinist. I just don't like either of them all that much, so I have like kind of my main classes here, and then kind of my like my sad classes, the classes I gave up on over there. But my mains are probably Dragoon and Reaper for DPS, Gunbreaker for tanks. Although I really don't think I'm a tank person. I just don't like tanking, period. And then White Mage and Sage. Sage is probably, like, Reaper and Sage are probably my favorites. Okay, so what I just did here is there's something called a Glamour Dresser. In here you can store a bunch of, like, gear that you have, that you like, and then you can essentially use it as a transmog library. And what I mean by that is, so basically I just went in here and I went to the weapons where I have this, which is a book. It's the scholar, it's the summoner grimoire, and it's a book made out of ice. I got it from a boss called Shiva, and actually there's a way I can even make it cooler. And I essentially applied it to, so this is still the book that I just bought from that place we just went to, but I essentially applied the skin of the ice book to, so it just looks like it is a transmogrification. If anybody here is big into like RPGs and stuff and that have that kind of thing, but anyway, so yeah, so this is currently my summoner. I got him to level 70 just a little while ago, as you can see. So yeah, this is my summoner. He's at level 70. I like, what is this? I must have just learned this. Increase the damage dealt by self and nearby party members by 5%. It's actually really cool. Actually, you know what I'm gonna do? Because when I summon this guy, I summon him, and then that'd be easier to put that there. So I can swift cast into my, his, what's it called, the ruby thing, and then this is like a buff. Oh, fuck. Well, I guess what I could do is, if I need to swift res, I can do that. I can do ER now, and then I'll have a debuff, and then I'll have a debuff in one, a party buff in two, and then I guess we'll see what happens with the rest of this stuff. Okay, but yeah, this is my summoner. He's level 70, and kind of what I'm doing down here is kind of like figuring out the best ways to put things so that it's kind of intuitive when it comes to like clicking the necessary buttons. Let's go through the classes first, and then I'll tell you about about the other stuff. So the first class I ever started was Lancer, which becomes a Dragoon at level 30. And this is my Dragoon. And I love the spear, so this is also, it's the Shiva Ice. It's the same boss that I got the Summoner book from. I also got the Dragoon spear from. And I have it, so basically the spear, I like kind of upgraded the spear. The base spear doesn't get all like shimmery and create ice. Yeah, it doesn't like create like, see, it's kind of like their particle effects. If I go to my summoner and I have him take out his book, you see how it doesn't do that. There's basically, like, if you fight the boss 5 times, you get a material, and then you can trade in the actual weapon itself and the material, 5 of the material. So you beat the boss 5 times, get 5 materials, trade it into like a trader, one of those people who, like, the same people who do like the poetic trade-ins for gear. You can also do trade-ins with that stuff to essentially upgrade these boss weapons, and it makes them, gives them particle effects, which is really, doesn't matter all that much, but I still just think it's cool, because, like, you take it out and it's all, like, icy, and, yeah, I don't know, I think it's awesome. So yeah, my first class was Dragoon, and Dragoon is interesting. I guess, actually, something we could do is, let's go to, no, not Dravania, Gothos, where is, or maybe it is Dravania, Falcon's Nest. Where is Falcon's Nest? I would have thought, yeah, okay. I don't know why, I just know there are dummies. I know where dummies are in Falcon's Nest. Just because I want to show you guys some basic stuff. So Dragoon is a really good start if you're just starting Final Fantasy XIV. Dragoon is a really good starting class. It's a pretty good DPS class to begin with. So, like, long term, it's a good commitment to make if you're only going to play like one character. Because it's considered a pretty good DPS. I think it's like top 5 DPS. Like, if you want to get seriously into 14 and you want to, like, raid and stuff, I know that, like, some people, 14 generally has a really positive community. So, like, I don't think if you took a summoner, which is considered kind of bottom of the barrel DPS, to a raid, people would, I don't think anybody would be like, oh, like, you can't play a summoner. But, like, in Savage raids, maybe. I don't know. I haven't done that content. But yeah, Dragoon is a really good starting class if you just want to start out. Its play pattern, and what a lot of people refer to as its rotation, its damage rotation of the abilities. So the order in which you use the abilities is pretty intuitive. So for anybody who hasn't played, I don't want to get too into the weeds and over-explain here, but the basic idea is I basically have it set up so, like, my main rotation is down here, and then I have some things that are what's considered off global cooldown, and I'll show you what that means. So watch, I'm gonna do, this is the start of my rotation, True Thrust. So I use that ability, which is my mouse, it's my thumb forward. I have a thumb forward and a thumb back button. And as you see when I click it, all of these abilities have a cooldown. And all of these abilities are considered on what's called the global cooldown, meaning that if I use any of the ability on the global cooldown, I can't use simultaneously another ability that's on a global cooldown. And as you can see, as I'm not doing anything, my guy is just using basic attacks. So your character will, engage and use basic attacks between, as you're doing stuff. But basically, you use an ability that's on the global cooldown. And as you can see, there are some things that are not on the global cooldown, which means I can use those simultaneously. So watch. I'll use True Thrust again, and I will also then be able to use High Jump. So I'll use True Thrust, and then I'll do High Jump at the same time. And then, I basically just used the second half, which is called Mirage Dive, and I used Disembowel at the same time. And then I'll do this and this. So I just used Dragonfire Dive and Chaotic Spring, simultaneous. No, not simultaneously, but within, it's not like I'm doing this and then I do this or anything like that. But there's something called spell weaving, or like using weaving abilities in and out. So essentially, you're using your on cooldown or your global cooldown ability while also using off global cooldown abilities. Yeah, the basic rotation for Dragoon is True Thrust into Disembowel, into Chaotic Spring, and then into Wheeling Thrust. And then you restart at True Thrust, then Vorpal Thrust, then Heaven's Thrust, then Fang and Claw. And then as you're doing that, you also have this, which is called Gear Skogel. This is a line area of effect. What I mean by line area of effect is when I use it, it does damage to things in a line in front of me. You might be able to call that like a line AoE, a line area of effect. And this initiates the Dragon Bar. And this basically, like, once I have this started, I really should be using it, but basically once I start using this, I can then use this and spell weave while I'm doing other things, so I can do my main damage rotation, which is what I told you before, which is True Thrust. It's these four, and then so True Thrust, Disembowel, Chaotic Spring, Wheeling Thrust, True Thrust, Vorpal Thrust, Heaven's Thrust, Fang and Claw. As I'm doing that, I weave in Gear Skogel, and then once I use Gear Skogel, I can then also use Star Diver. So I weave in Gear Skogel attacks with my main rotation, and use like high jump and all this, and you kind of weave it all together, and it becomes a very interesting class. But when you first start out as a Dragoon, you're only going to be using some basic stuff, and some of these other abilities come in later. So yeah, you have your basic, and this is all basically single target. This is your single target rotation, meaning if I'm only attacking like one boss, I do this. There are also some positioning requirements. So Wheeling Thrust deals more damage if you're attacking from the rear, and there are a few others, I forget what they are. So Fang and Claw is from the flank, so you deal more damage if you do it from the side. So there's just things to keep in mind as you're doing your main rotation. And then you have some other abilities here, like Battle Litany, which is a party-wide buff that allows you to do, increases the critical rate of you and your teammates by 10%, and then Lance Charge increases your damage dealt by 10%. Life Surge, what does this do? Ensures, okay. Ensures critical damage for first weapon skill used while it's active. Increases damage dealt while under an effect that raises critical hit rate. So like, you basically want to have all of these up at the same time, and you want to constantly be using these. There are times where, like, and certain boss fights and things where you want to use these at a specific time, but for the most part, you just want to make sure that you're using these and not just leaving them off, because it's just more damage you're leaving off the table. Then you've got some healing abilities, which really you should be relying a lot on your healers, but if your healers are struggling, you can kind of take a little bit of weight off their shoulders by activating these, which Bloodbath basically gives you like a what's called like lifelink, where in Magic the Gathering, where basically you deal damage, but a portion of that damage is then restored to you in heals. And then Second Wind is basically just instantly restores HP, and the potency is 500. And then you've got Leg Sweep and Feint, which I don't really use all that often. And then there are these abilities, which this is my AoE rotation, or area of effect rotation. So if you want to deal damage to multiple enemies, this is kind of the rotation for that. So as you can see, I'm dealing damage to multiple of these striking dummies. Okay, so that's basically Dragoon. We won't go through single class. Reaper is probably, oh, right. Anybody who's ever struggled with this is how you do it. It took me forever to figure out. And then Reaper is probably my favorite class. Reaper is just so well built. I think Reaper is considered one of the best DPS right now, probably like second or maybe third. Pictomancer, I think, is considered the best DPS. Then it's probably like Reaper, and there's probably some other class. I think Dragoon is, like third or fourth. But Reaper is just a really well-built class. So you have a basic rotation. Your basic DPS rotation is Slice, Waxing Slice, Infernal Slice. And then you basically, you want to start an engagement by giving your target what's called Death's Design. So there's Shadow of Death and Whirl of Death. Whirl of Death will give it to multiple enemies. Shadow of Death will give it to one enemy, so that, this is your AoE, this is your single target. Once they have Death's Design, it gives you a buff. You deal an extra 10% damage. And then also, if an enemy who is afflicted with Death's Design dies, it gives you 10 charge on your, I forget what this is called, but it's like your Reaper gauge. It's like the same thing as the Dragon gauge for Dragoon. But basically, it's just something that lets you do other stuff in your abilities and kit. So once something is afflicted with Shadow of Death, you can do your single target rotation, and then there's also Spinning Scythe and Nightmare Scythe. This is your AoE rotation, and then this is your single target rotation. But you also have these abilities, which is Soul Scythe and Soul Slice. These basically, every time you do one of these abilities, your AoE rotation or your single target rotation, you fill your Reaper gauge by 10. Once you get to 50, you can use Bloodstalk or Grim Swath. Once you use these, it opens up the availability to then use Gibbet, Gallows, or Guillotine. Gibbet is an attack that is effective from the flank, so from your opponent's side. And then Gallows is effective from the rear. So basically, and then once you've used, I think, Gibbet, Gallows, and Guillotine 5 times, each time you use it, it charges the bottom bar here by 10, and then once that's gotten to 50, you can then use Enshroud, which basically makes you a Grim Reaper, and you then get these transformed into different abilities, and you can deal like a shit ton of damage. So I guess I can give you kind of a little bit of a preview here. So you do that, you do that, you do that, you attack from the flank, you do that, you do that, you attack from the rear, and then you just kind of go back to the attack from the side. Damn. Attack from the back, and then we have one more, and then we can turn into the Grim Reaper. I also probably should have popped this, but I'm just kind of doing it on a dummy, so I'm not really. Attack from the side, and now we can become the Grim Reaper. And I actually haven't checked. Oh shit, what is this? Oh shit, I haven't used any of. Okay, so this is actually new to me. Basically, as you saw, these transformed into different abilities, and then so these also transformed into different abilities. And I'm gonna be honest, with Reaper, I haven't done content that's high enough level for me to use this stuff, just because I'm level 90 with my Reaper. The highest expansion I have is level 80 is the furthest, so I'm over leveled by 10. So yeah, I didn't even know that there was stuff I could weave in, but you get the basic idea. you basically, yeah, that's the basic damage rotation for Reaper, and I just love it. It's such a well-built class because it always feels like you're doing something. You're always working on something, and you always have something to be doing to kind of maximize damage. It's just so well-built. And you compare that to Machinist, I don't know. Machinist is like, I don't know, I'm only level 64, so I'm not at like the full, like, I'm not at the full like rotation for that yet. Or like, yeah, I don't have all the abilities. It just doesn't feel that great, I'm gonna be honest. I just don't like it. So I kind of gave up on it, but I don't know, I might revisit it at some point. But yeah, Reaper is probably my favorite class. I think it's easily probably like one of the most fun. It's just so intuitive. Everything feels good. It just feels good when you play it. And you get like a scythe, which is just like a fucking sick weapon. Like, look at that thing. That thing's fucking sick. It's so sick. Yeah, so you get like a scythe, which is just fucking awesome. And then, and then I have my main two things are probably Dragoon, Reaper. I'm working on Summoner. I really like Summoner. It is considered really bad DPS. But I just like it, and nobody can take that away from me, so I will continue to play it no matter what. It's interesting, so with Summoner, you summon, like, I guess you would call them summons. Oh, that's right, I actually have to summon my pet. You summon Carbuncle, and then Carbuncle allows you to basically summon Ifrit, Garuda, and Titan. So, with basically what you would do with this guy is you do some basic spell weaving at the beginning with just these three abilities, and then as you wait, you can use an AoE or just like single target damage, and then as this counts down, it will reach 0, and then you can summon Ifrit. And right now I only have like mini versions of them. When I summon Ifrit, I basically do a quick cast and then use Ruby Ruin because it, as you'll see, okay, that was a quick cast. This is the normal cast. It takes like a little bit of time. That's why I quick cast it. And then once that's done, you summon Garuda, and then Garuda appears. And then Garuda has a pretty quick, these are pretty fast, and I think they're instant summons, so you can move around with these. And then lastly, you summon Titan. And Titan has pretty slow cast as well. It's not too bad. At least you can move around while you do it, because it's an instant. And then that's the end of the rotation, basically. And that's basically all I know about Summoner so far. You have basically a debuff, a single target debuff, a party-wide buff. What I really think is interesting about Summoner is you have a battle res that you have of the availability to swift cast. Swift cast basically makes any spell that has a cast time instant. So like as you can see, Ruin 2 and the Ruby Ruin, which is Ifrit's version of Ruin, has a cast time that's pretty long, and Resurrection takes like, what is it? Res takes 7.75 seconds. With Swift Cast up, it basically casts it instantaneously. So rather than waiting 7 seconds for this to cast or res somebody, I can quick res somebody. So let's say you're doing a dungeon where you only have one healer or one tank. Well, I guess one healer, right? Because like if the tank dies, you would expect the healer to res them. So let's say you're doing a dungeon and randomly your healer dies. You can quick res your healer and save the wipe. When I say save the wipe, what I mean is like, it's called a wipe when your full party dies and you have to like restart. So saving the wipe, meaning like you save your healer, who then prevents everybody from dying, saving you from having to restart the dungeon. What I might do is run some Extreme Shiva unsynced, so that I can upgrade this book so that it's looks cool. So it's basically, I think like the end game of Final Fantasy XIV really is just glamour. Glamours are when I showed you that glamour chest to make this book look icy. Like it's glamour. It's a transmog. Transmog is kind of the end game of Final Fantasy XIV. because I want it to look cool. And all I need to do is beat Shiva 5 times, and that's like super easy. Actually, I wonder what the Inferno Grimoire looks like. Maybe I want to fight. Oh, that actually looks sick. Maybe I want to fight Ifrit. Okay. Yeah, the Inferno Grimoire actually looks pretty sweet. Oh, it's an item level 95, can be used. Okay, yeah, it's what I think it is. Okay, so I guess what I could do is give you an example of, I think I'll do that. Okay, so I'm gonna go in as my Reaper, and we will do a trial, and it is a Realm Reborn, and it is Bowl of Embers Extreme, and I am running this unsynced, which means basically I'm running it at my current level, which is level 90, and I'm going into a level 50. I'm going into a level 50 trial, which is supposedly very hard, but if I'm running it unsynced, I'm at level 90, so this is actually going to be really easy for me. So the first thing I do is give him Death's Design, then I'm going to attack him with that, do that, hit him from the side if I can. Since it's just me, it's going to be kind of difficult. And then I think, oh, I should have buffed myself. All right. I don't think he's taking damage any. Oh. Yeah. Okay. So this has to happen. What? Basically, he summons all these nails. You have to destroy them all. Just gonna pop this. I don't even think I need to, but. And then I can probably just. Oh, he's got to do his thing, yeah. So he's gonna drop to his thing, and then I should be able to just. Whenever he's not invulnerable. Yeah, there we go. And he's dead. So let's check. Infernal Bangle of Casting. Okay. Okay. And actually, I've done this multiple times. So I might even have. What is it called? Let's see. Let's sort this first. Alright. Crystarium Gear Yeah, but how can I upgrade it? Can it be upgraded? It's actually a good question. Maybe it can't. Let's go and find out. I think we would go to Mordona? Whoops. What the hell? Because maybe I can just... Maybe it's just Shiva that has the special. I would think it's Shiva, Titan, and Ifrit, but maybe not. Maybe I'm wrong. Primal Gear, title, Shiva. Oh, okay. Okay, so it is just Shiva. Title would be what? Leviathan. And Shiva. Diamond Dust, Mirror of the World. Okay. Bowl of Embers Extreme. Sandlin. Abilities. Loot. Inferno Horn. Idleshire. Okay. Okay. Wait, so hold on. What is it called? Inferno Horn. Diamond tier. Did I not get one? Inferno Horn, what does it look like? It looks like that. I swear to God. I swear to God. I swear to God I've had Inferno Horns. And I think I threw them away because I was making space. It's like this stuff. Marble vine. I don't need any of this stuff. I don't do any of the crafting material stuff. Barb of the World. we'll see if we get it. I do want to go to Idleshire, I'm sorry. My friend called it Idleshire once, and I just took his word for it, and that's what I started calling it, and then I realized that that's just stupid. It's Idleshire. Two L's, Idleshire. And actually, I can also hand in the book. I gotta figure out what class I want to do that on. But they're in Idleshire. Oh no, that's an exchange. Crystal Sand. Well, let's see. Yeah, I don't know why. Primal Gear. Primal Gear 1. Expanse. Hive. Inferno Gear. Exchange. Primal Vendor. I don't know how else I can phrase this. Oh, every other one is crafted. The only ones that we can do that are Shiva and actually I wanna look that up again. History. Shiva and Leviathan are the only ones that we can do that with. Okay. So then yeah, there's no reason to fight. There's no reason to fight him. I have a big decision to make. I mean, I could just level up. So the big decision I have to make is what class to level up with. Basically once a week, every Tuesday, you get what's called a Wondrous Tale, which is basically you do certain things. Like these are all, doing dungeons like level 1 to 59, level 60, level 59 to 60, or level 51 to 60, or 51 to 59 or something. Certain raid. I had to do a certain raid. I had to do extremes. So I had to do the Ifrit fight on extreme. I had to do a Ramu. I think it's actually, but I always said Rama when I was a kid, like Ramen, Ram, and then Rama is what made sense to me. But apparently it's pronounced Ramu, which it kills me. So I had to do Ifrit, Ramu, and Leviathan extremes, and then I had to do some like 1 8-person raid. And once you do 9 things, you fill out this sticker chart. It's basically gives you a bonus. But basically, you turn it in, you get 500 poetics, you get platinum piece, which is something that can just be sold for gil, and then you get a shit ton of experience. And I'm trying to decide who I want to do this with. It makes the most sense because basically the amount of experience it gives you is always equal to half of a bar of experience. And actually, I think I just made my decision. So if I do it on one of your highest level character always levels the slowest. Any character under the highest level gets a bonus XP boost because they're under that level. And they also, any of my characters under 90 also get this because I switch, or because I'm on a new player server. I have the Road to 90 buff, which increases experience below level 90. So I think I'm going to do it on Summoner. Summoner will also, because Summoner and Scholar share the same base of Arcanist as their job. They're kind of interesting because they share the same. Technically, I'm leveling 2. And I want to go with a gold MP card. I want to go with Poetics. Oh yeah, you get to choose between this and this. I always go with the Poetics because, well, it just makes the most sense for me. And so basically it's half of a level. It guarantees a half a level of XP, but with the bonus of being underneath my other character, and with the Road to 90 bonus, it basically just skyrockets an entire level. It's an entire bar of XP. So I just went from 70 to 71. You could argue I should have done it with like my level 80 characters, but like I'm basically saving my level 80 characters at level 80 because the next expansion I start the MSQ starts at level 80, so they'll start gaining, MSQ has like the best XP for leveling because it'll, it guarantees enough experience for one character to get from whatever level they need to be at the start to the end. So from a Realm Reborn, so I guess I can show you. This is the base game. A Realm Reborn you get from level 1 to 50, and then Heavensward, Stormblood, Shadowbringers, and then there's Endwalker, and Dawntrail just came out. I'm in the Shadowbringers post MSQ, so there's like the regular, well I guess it would be, I forget actually what would it be, Journal. It's not even worth looking at, but, so basically like, each one of these has like its base story, and then there's like after the story, there's like, I think Realm Reborn is like 80, and then the rest of these have about like 40 quests after the actual thing, after it's over, that you can do, that has like other dungeons and stuff. So I'm in the 40 quests after Shadowbringers before Endwalker, so I haven't started Endwalker yet. So yeah, I have a lot to do. But yeah, I just did that. Oh yeah, so I guess I could go fight Shiva, and you can see kind of like what Dragoon looks like. Let's see. The trial. And we are gonna do not Bowl of Embers, we wanna do Amphitheater. And I guess this actually kind of works out in the end because I already have the book. I just need the dust, so I just need to fight her 5 times. So yeah, I guess I can show you kind of what each one looks like. Obviously you're not gonna get like a great idea of what each class looks like. That was weird. So as you can see, I'm spell weaving between Gear Skull and whatchamacallit. Oh, I forgot to pop these. Gonna wait for these guys to group up, and then I'm gonna use this. I'm kind of messing this up right now because I'm forgetting, but that's the thing, I shouldn't even be worrying about what she can. I don't think she can kill me, period. I have too much health. So I want to attack from behind. Because it's just me, it's hard to do like, it's hard to do, oh crap, I just fucked it up again. She's dead anyway. Alright. Ice weapon coffer, true ice bracelet. Let's see. Okay, I can just get rid of that. Ice weapon coffer. What I could do, okay, so I'll leave. What I could do is I can open that as a scholar, and I can get the scholar book too, so my scholar and I can get the codex. Cool. And so I got 1 diamond dust, and I guess what we'll do is I'll just run that again. And then let's do, I can show you like, I guess, I don't know. Well, I want to do stuff that's like high level, so I'll do White Mage. Because I don't want to be too low level, where she's actually going to be challenging. So I'll just stick to my... so White Mage is kind of, well, this actually might take a while because White Mage is a healer. Although don't let it fool you, it has some pretty, like, presence of mind, basically lets me cast spells really, really quickly. I'm not going to go through the, like, there's no real damage rotation on this guy. It's basically if you're single target attack, and you can, like, activate presence of mind to make it a little bit better. Oops. And then you have this, which is your AoE. I just put up like a big, like basically a thing to protect myself. And then you have a dot. A dot is a damage over time. But yeah, there's no like rotation really for White Mage. It's just kind of like apply dot, deal damage, deal single target damage, or AoE damage, whatever makes the most sense. So apply dot, as you can see my dot is applied for 30 seconds or whatever. Why did I even do that? Why did I heal? Okay, so my dot ran out, so reapply dot, and then go back to single target damage. Game. So, White Mage doesn't really have any truly, like, great, okay, we can discard that. I will. Do I have... I shouldn't open that yet. I might actually have the True Ice thing for, so I have two. I think if I do this again, I'll just run it on probably Reaper, or actually, what's Gunbreaker 80? Might just do Reaper. How many times have I done it? Twice. Yeah, I'm not gonna open that because I don't know. She's gonna summon her dudes. Oh wow, I can deal damage to her. I didn't know that. Okay, now she's invulnerable, so now I'm gonna apply AoE, Death's Design. Yeah, I don't know. How fast? Okay, so like a lot faster. Alright. Basically, okay, so that's two more. Actually, I wonder if I can buy diamond dust on the market board. That's actually a really good question. Let's see, is there a market board here? Market board, market board. Huh. Well, whatever. I mean, it takes a minute to do, so it's not like a big deal. It's starting to get kind of hot up here, so I might have to stop. But targeting her when she was invulnerable. I didn't realize it was stuck on her. Damn it. I'm gonna lose time there. Well, I mean, it's not a huge deal. It's gonna be 10, 15 seconds, maybe. Seconds. Oh fuck. So I have to. Shit. I gotta open it with a class. I could do well, I guess at the end of the day it doesn't really matter. I could do, yeah, I mean, I'll just do weight, what level's my astrologian? 40. Yeah, I'll just do white mage. I think I already have the true ice gain. Whatever. It's 4, yep, so one more. There we go. And then I'm gonna have to go back to Mordona. Well, I have to go back to Gridania. I'm gonna have to get the book, and then actually what I could do is what the fuck? Oh, Communio. To all enemies. I just got this. This is like a level 90 ability. I should have used that because it's an AoE. As you can see, like, I still don't know everything. I just hit 90, so I've barely done any high level stuff for this class. So I have like a lot I still need to like learn about it at high levels. But yeah. 115. Ooh. New personal best. Okay. I don't know what those faded copies even do. Alright, so let's go to Gridania. This will probably be the last thing we do today, just because it's getting hot up here. I can't, without a fan on me, which I don't want you guys to have to deal with that. But without a fan on me, I'm just overheating. It's also 10:30. It'd be nice to take a break. I've been playing a lot today. So yeah, I'm gonna go as our summoner. I also am going to deposit a few things into the glamour chest. I think I have. What I might do is save the ice thing for. Okay, so let's see here. Wave staff, true ice cane. I already have, but okay. So I can legit just like true ice cane, discard. Yeah. True ice breaker. I think I have the true ice breaker. I do. True ice breaker. Alright, Codex of Ice. Okay, so what do I want to do? I want to take this, restore item. let's see, astrologian. I mean, yeah, I guess I can just put that in there for now. Okay. Grimoire is what we're doing. Codex we'll put in for now, just so I don't mess with it. Truce Katana. Doesn't matter. Okay. Okay. And then we go to Mordona. And in Mordona we go up yonder. I'll fly just so I can flex and show you that I have a bird. I have big bird. I want my bird. What the fuck? Primal gear, and we should be able to do not the katana, not the axe. That would be sick though. For my marauder. Wait, I have the axe. Okay, that's dope. I already have the axe. So when he hits level 50. Okay, so we want the diamond grimoire. Huzzah. Okay, now we go back to Gridania. Put it in the glamour chest. Yeah, my marauder is super low level. Yeah, it's level 27. The axe will end up, it's not a marauder, it ends up being a warrior at level 30. And actually, he's level 27, that's actually pretty sick. That's probably what I'll work on tonight off of camera, or off, not being recorded. Why am I having trouble trying to figure out what to say there? You know what I'm trying to say. I don't know what I'm trying to say. You know what I'm trying to say, though. Okay, so then we go here, go to the glamour dresser, main hand, Shiva's diamond grimoire, apply glamour. Wow, I'm overheating. I can't even talk anymore. Alright, so now when I whip it out, yeah, look at that, ice particles, that's sick, so sick, so sick. But yeah, oh yeah, this is my character. His name is Bobby Corwin. For anybody who's watched any of my videos on this channel, you know exactly what that refers to. Well, actually, that's not true. So I did a Final Fantasy IX series, and at one point I was dying laughing while recording, and I just left it in because it was hilarious. But basically, a bunch of black mages named a chocobo that they had Bobby Corwin, and I couldn't stop laughing. I thought it was hilarious. So yeah, I named my character after Bobby Corwin, the chocobo in the Black Mage Village from Final Fantasy IX. So yeah, this is my character. He's a Lalafell. So he's like a hobbit-esque or dwarf-esque, I guess. He's just a little dude, and he's got cool hair, and yeah, he's got a book. I am considering a Fantasia, which is like essentially like you just get to redo your character, because there's a really cool, there's a really cool glamour. There's a dungeon that has armor that like works really well with armor I have, and it looks really good on female characters that have normal body proportions and don't look like pot-bellied potatoes. But at the same time, like, I don't know, I really love Bobby Corwin, so like, it's an internal conundrum. Do I do what will look cooler, or do I keep Bobby Corwin unchanged? I love Bobby Corwin the way he is, so I'm probably just gonna keep him because I don't need to be. And that's the thing. It's not like a lot of stuff in this game. A lot of like the outfits. You know what? Actually, we can talk about that really fucking bothers me, and we might even be able to get a glimpse of it. Like a lot of the sets are like really like, you know, slutty and revealing, which is fine. That's fine. That's not what I have a problem with. But like, you know, I don't need to make my character all that's actually sick. What she's wearing, like that shit is sick. I think this is awesome. And if you want to do the slutty revealing thing, like fucking go for it. I love, you know, you want to be the or the not slut, or just like the sexual, like, you know, like the French maid, like there's French maid outfits. Like you want to sexualize your fucking character, go for it. I don't care. That's cool. Looking sexy is cool. I don't hate on that. What I hate, like this person, you know, you wanna wear this kind of stuff, I guess, whatever. But like, there are some people, like I swear to God, I ran a dungeon the other day with this dude who had his character in a polo shirt, a bucket hat, and like normal pants. Like this dude. Well, I guess that's kind of like an interesting shirt, but like, I just don't get it. You can wear armor. You can wear like full plate armor. You can wear, like, you can be a fucking. It's like you could wear sick armor like that. You could wear like anything, and like some people, this is like a really bad representation because like this person, it jorts. It's just, it drives me up a fucking wall, dude. Like you can wear anything and be anything, and like you're just choosing to do stuff that you can do in real life. And so many people do that. Like I ran a raid and this dude is in a fucking bucket hat, Wayfarer sunglasses, and a yellow polo shirt, and like fucking khaki pants, khaki shorts. Like you can wear armor, you can have a book of fucking ice that has ice particles, and you just want to be like a normal looking, like a fucking, you just want to wear a polo shirt, dude. Like, I don't know, that really bothers me, and it shouldn't. And I'm just a old man yelling at a cloud. But like, you know, you want to wear a skimpy outfit. You know, I kind of do too sometimes. It looks fucking hot. It's cool. Like I love that. Whatever. But at the same time, like, I can wear a fucking. Check this shit out. Fucking. This looks like the ebony armor from like that. What was the ebony armor that was like cursed from Skyrim? Oh my god, what are they called? What are the gods called? Not Draugr. Draugr were the things. Oh my god, what were they called? I forget. The Daedric. There was like the ebony Daedric armor. This reminds me so much of like that ebony Daedric armor that was like cursed or whatever. And it had like a leeching effect or something. But like you can wear sick plate armor and like a fucking like cowl and be like a, you know, an edgelord reaper person. You could be a fucking dragoon in armor with a fucking spear made out of ice. You could be just like a fucking stupid looking axe wielding idiot. You could be fucking anything. And this dude wanted to be a bucket hat wearing, like you can literally go to a store and buy Wayfarer sunglasses and a bucket hat in real life. Why? Whatever. I don't know why I let it bother me so much. I have a very weak constitution. And I let things bother me more than they should. But yeah. Yeah, that's Final Fantasy XIV. I'm fucking obsessed. As you can probably tell, it's been an hour and 18 minutes. I thought this video was like, I thought it'd been going on for maybe 15 minutes. But yeah, that's Final Fantasy XIV, or at least what I'm showing you of it right now. The game is awesome. If you're looking for an MMO to play, and you think Blizzard is a bad company that's doing bad things to all their once great games, yeah, Blizzard sucks. This is somebody who plays Overwatch because my friends do. I don't play because I like it. They ruined Overwatch. From what I hear, WoW is terrible. And they're a bad company, and they abuse their employees sexually and otherwise, supposedly. Don't sue me. But yeah, it's a bad company. Fuck Blizzard. If you're looking for an MMO, this is a pretty good one. Yeah, I would check it out. If you're looking for an MMO to play, Fantasy 14 is dope. It's very fun, and I'm having a lot of fun with it. So yeah, thanks for watching, everybody.